into the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah.
Oh. This is different.
We're all so surprised.
Whoa.
This is not what we were expecting.
This is a brand new version of the theme song we have not heard before.
It's a little darker than I anticipated.
I want to hear it.
I think this is a different segment.
I mean, I kind of love it,
Okay.
but it's not.
It kind of took us off a little bit.
We normally do a dance at this point, but let's jump in. Welcome. Okay. I'm just gonna go with it, cause yeah. Welcome to our Pretty Little Liars after show. Of course, this is season 6, episode 16. Where somebody waits for me, and this music is making me feel it tonight. Anyways, so we are, of course. We got it. We got it.
We're back, guys. We're back.
But we are streaming live tonight on YouTube. And Kristin, thank you so much for being on the chat.
I'm back. It's been a while, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, and so, you know, correspond with us as we're doing the show tonight. And also, you can always find us on YouTube, iTunes, and SoundCloud. So reach out, let us know what you're thinking. We love hearing from you. And you can find me at Stephanie Wenger. And of course, I am Stephanie Wenger.
That's so crazy how that works out. You can find me at Kristin_Strange, and I'm also Kristin Strange.
Y'all can find me at the Hotshot Dude. I am the Hotshot Dude.
You are? What? Awesome.
I am birth name. Birth name.
I'm at Heather Joy Smith, but we were all discussing earlier I'm going to change my last name. So, you know, I'm open to some suggestions.
Tweet us what you think Heather's new last name should be.
The crazier the better, because Smith is kind of boring.
I like Smith. I told her I think it's nice and clean, but, you know.
We are rocking it tonight, guys. But I want to, as much as I want to talk about your last name possibilities.
Tweet us.
They're going to tweet me.
Yeah.
It's okay.
They'll tweet you, and then we'll, like, have a poll. We'll get all into it by the end of the
competition.
Yeah, exactly. But let's talk about...
Pretty Little Liars?
Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah,
I feel like
totally.
that's why we're here, and why not? So the murder weapon. This is, I know it's the end of the episode, but we kind of got this taste of like, I knew something was going on with Melissa's luggage because it was like, well, we need her information on her flight because, and it, like,
to reimburse her.
To reimburse her.
You don't mention that.
Yeah, and why is the luggage in the barn? There were so many questions.
Where is Melissa?
Right.
Yeah, where's Melissa? Did she actually go on that flight? That was a question that I had.
Yeah. Who knows? And if she can't come up with the flight number or the little tag, then...
Which we saw her pull out the little... Spencer pull out the little tag at the end, but then she was like, oh my god.
Missing.
And they showed it in the preview for next week. Them
It's
finding...
a large hollow metal rod
Yeah.
with a square end or rectangular end.
And they basically showed the luggage handle, but I think that's too easy.
Did you
Totally.
put the puzzle pieces together? I certainly didn't. When I heard the description of the weapon and like that it had to do with the luggage, I thought maybe Melissa's involved, but I didn't think it was like going to be actually a component of the luggage.
If you are going to murder somebody and you're an educated person that's planning out a murder, you don't use your own weapon. Right? Like, that's... she would be so dumb. Let me just pull this out of my suitcase so that everyone can see that, no. So it's not her, because you don't use your own murder weapon. Someone's pulled that out from her suitcase to use it as a murder weapon.
Unless she's thought one step ahead of you. I agree with you in general, but to play devil's advocate, maybe she assumed someone would point the finger at someone else, because who does that? Who's stupid enough to do that?
Fair.
And decided, well, why not?
Right, but there's still the whole thing with the golf club also, so I think it's just or the devil, or whatever we're calling
devil.
it.
I think it's A 2.0 is what we have been going with.
Great.
You sound really stoked about that.
I feel like Hannah feels the same. Hannah, the other Hannah.
Oh,
Both
yeah.
Hannahs.
Yeah, it's silly. But anyways, I feel like they're just trying to present all these distractions of weapons. Like, I feel like A is gathering a bunch of, like, different options rather than actually leading us to what the weapon is. So I don't think it's the golf club or the suitcase piece as of now.
You know what would have been really fun, and they haven't done this far in the season, but another way that I would have really enjoyed this season 6B situation is if every week we were introduced to a murder weapon. Like, it was the story of how this could have been.
I think every week we're just leading up more and more to how we want it to be like Clue.
Yeah, I think we really just want like this Dateline mystery type show, and it's not gonna ever be that.
We want a whodunit, a table scene, and now we want new weapons introduced every week.
Clue was my favorite game as a kid, so you could be
sense.
Absolutely correct that that's what I'm aiming for. All right, guys, who wants a game night?
We should play Pretty Little Liars Clue.
You know what? Now they actually do need to have one of those murder mystery parties themed episodes.
Yeah.
Please do it.
We should have a murder. We should, like, when the season before the season wraps up, we should have a murder mystery party, and we'll all come as characters.
Yeah.
And we can all bring people that are other characters, and it'll be like, who did it? And you'll get one of those little notes. And
we should do that.
We can Snapchat it all night long.
Yeah.
We can.
All right. That's a good idea for us.
Heather, last name.
Yeah.
To be announced, will host.
Yeah. All right. So now that we figured out our game plan for the season, let's get back to their game plan and talk about this thing with Spencer's mom, the illness that I don't think we knew about before tonight.
No,
that her mom
I've never heard
was
this.
sick.
But I think that we're all a little confused on it.
Yeah.
Because I was under the impression that it said clear, which meant you're good. You know, if you're clear, not you're good. I know breast cancer, it was breast cancer, right?
Yeah.
Breast cancer does come back, but that's a good sign that, you know, she's in remission and, you know, that there's nothing, it was clear, cautiously optimistic.
Right.
Those were the words. So that's good. I mean, with cancer, you should always be cautious. So
I feel like because we were just introduced to this and we're still unclear on this, I feel like there's probably more to this story that we're going to get next episode.
Yeah.
Absolutely agree with you. Also, I think it was cautiously optimistic was the terminology they used, which I think would mean more that, like, they think in the long run she'll be okay. She, like, it won't be deadly for her, but, like, there's still, like, she'll have a recovery time, and there's still, like, more to do. There's more to the treatment, is the way I took it.
someone on our chat is saying she had cancer in season 1.
Oh.
Yeah, they mentioned that in the episode, that she was sick once before, and Spencer had more so referred to that as what she knew about.
So she didn't know more recently, 8 months ago. Okay.
Yeah. And do you think that this this file that Caleb found, will that be leaked by her opponent?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Is that, and do you think the daughter, the opponent's daughter, I have to look at her name,
Yvonne.
Yeah, will be involved, or?
I don't think she'll be involved. I think she will know about it, though.
Yeah. I like to think that she'll know and not tell Toby, but be close to Spencer about it. Like, go to Spencer, and that'll be a moment for them to bond, to kind of clear the air with her and Toby and Yvonne.
I see. I went to a dark place with it, and you guys can all tweet me and tell me how dark this is, but I was thinking if Yvonne was involved in it, that would eventually split up her and Toby.
Oh, absolutely.
And then it would send Toby back to Spencer, and then Spencer would have to choose between Caleb. Like, you'd get into this whole real love, I don't even know what that is, love triangle square,
Rhombus.
Yeah. Thank you. I do need to work on my shapes.
I don't think that'll happen, because I thought the same thing at first too, but I honestly think they're really gonna go with this whole Spencer Caleb thing. So I don't think they're gonna bring Toby back.
She called herself his girlfriend.
I know.
I was like, are we there already? Did this happen?
No, I am never I am never there. So when after like a couple hookups, she's like, my boyfriend, I'm like, what?
She was like, your girlfriend's drinking alone, and that's sad. Number one, I was like, it's not sad to drink alone. Don't be ashamed, Spencer.
Right.
Number two, whoa, girlfriend, what? Like, when did that happen? I feel like there was no talk.
I feel like it was after the coffee. That was the talk.
That was the talk?
That
so
was the talk.
I promise to never have coffee before you.
Yes.
Committed.
That was the commitment right there.
That's too quick for me. I know.
Too about quick. This conversation.
It's been like 3 days.
Yeah, but they're like boom booming all the time. Come on.
So you gotta like ease into it, guys.
I can't.
Oh, someone just wrote on our chat, Caleb and Spencer equal Cancer.
Oh my god, it's true. They are Cancer.
Well, I mean, I guess that's technically their like
their ship name.
Yeah, they have a different ship name.
Yeah,
that's
like,
pretty horrid.
Spaleb?
Spaleb. That's what I've been hearing. Spaleb.
Yeah. Cancer is cute. Guys, it's getting weird in the chat.
Yeah, that's really
Cancer is
good.
not cute, you guys.
Julie, we love Spencer and Caleb too.
Unless their love is spreading like cancer, then
I just don't love how quickly they're moving.
Yeah, and it's intense. I feel like
I'm cautiously optimistic about their relationship.
Way to tie that back in there.
I feel like it went from 0 to 60 though. It was like, let's hook up one night, and then we're 3 episodes later, and it's like, relationship.
This is my boyfriend.
Those are the ones that end quickly.
Yes.
Okay, so, but I feel like they've had feelings for a long time.
Yeah.
Now they're at the same place.
I guess that's true. They've been like fighting it so long.
It just happened.
But can't we just date? Like, hey, let's date and be a thing for a while before
we be boyfriend girlfriend?
Yeah.
Honestly, but I mean, they did show them getting the down and dirty in there really
Right,
quickly on the first night.
Down and dirty.
That's a relationship for you? I mean, that's the relationship for me too. Absolutely.
You just made any straight, like, single older man who watches this be like, no, never Heather, never Heather.
That's why I have to change my own last name, you guys.
Because there's so many.
No one's gonna marry me.
There's so many older straight single men in our audience that are.
Yeah, I don't think there's any older straight single men watching this show right now.
They may be.
If
Don't
you are,
discredit
we
them.
were just talking about earlier how we're all single, so.
Guys.
No, I'm just kidding.
Don't have the last name Smith.
Let's talk about that flashback. Speaking of like the long
was adorable.
relationship. Yeah, the flashback. Was it adorable with Hannah and Caleb?
Oh, I was talking about the cat.
Oh. All right, that was.
I'm sorry, I was more focused on one piece of the puzzle there.
Sure. I was like, I don't know if adorable would be the word I would use to describe that flashback.
That was not adorable. The cat might have been a little.
Yeah, so
I don't know.
outside of this nightclub, what is like, I feel like that's the way relationships go.
It was awkward.
You have these like weird, deep conversations in the most awkward of places, and this was definitely one of those where you had Caleb and Hannah kind of talking about their kind of different viewpoints on New York and how kind of their future of their relationship, and it just kind of gave you a sense of why it kind of imploded the way it
Right. I'm glad we got to see that because we've all been kind of wondering what exactly went down. We finally got to see. You're right. This was the first time that it was kind of going downhill from there. Obviously, Caleb didn't really agree with her career and the way it was going and who she was working for, and
He should have been more supportive, though. This is what she wants to do. This is what she put so much time and effort into. And he was all, like, Debbie Downer the whole time. Like, oh, I'm feeding your hors d'oeuvres to this cat and drinking out in a dark alleyway.
I feel like he's kind of, like, low-key.
Yeah.
Like, he's not uppity like those people, and so I don't think he's gonna fake and be like that, and that was the problem.
It's not about faking. It's about being supportive of your girlfriend. Like, he should have been supportive and just been there, and, you know, he doesn't have to be happy. He doesn't have to be up there being like, oh, yeah, I love the Hamptons. But he could just be, like, there supporting her. She put all this work into this event, I'm sure. And then, you know, he stands there by her side, and then they go home. You know?
But even back in Rosewood, he was like what grounded her. I felt like she could go off and like have these big dreams, and he like kind of was not in like a pulling her down kind of way, but just in like he was very real always. Like throughout, we even saw it in like Rosewood and oh my gosh, the spinoff, Ravenswood with him. Like he's very kind of grounded. Like he's the center, and I think what he saw was she was pulling further and further away from him, like into that fashion world. So you could argue he wasn't supportive, or just their relationship was kind of at an impasse, which at 20-ish years old is not unusual.
Exactly. And they like grew up in a small town, and this is like no offense to small towns because I grew up in one, but when you don't leave a small town, your mindset on what and who you are compatible with and what is like you is very limited. And when you like get out and see the rest of the world and see all different types of people and different interests in the way that people go for things without the confinement of your options, you know what I mean? You recognize how different some of the people you were closest to are, you know? And I think that was it with Caleb and Hannah. They were very two different people. And in a small town like that, it works because they're, you know, in that setting they click. But you take them out of that, the group of friends that they are going to have are going to be different.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And Hannah's on a different career path. She's bound to have different interests and change as she goes on.
Yeah, I agree with you about that as well. And I just think that as you meet new people, you kind of define who, like, your own social circle is. And that happens as you go through college and early 20s. And that's kind of what you're seeing with this 5-year gap is you kind of missed all that turmoil. And now they're to, like, 22, 23 and figuring out what's next. Speaking of what's next, Emily and her eggs.
Yikes.
Oh,
I feel awful for her.
This story makes me so sad.
Honestly, this is really horrible for me to say. I don't care. I didn't even care about Emily's eggs. I really cared about the 30 other, like,
absolutely. Yeah, I cared more about them.
who, like, maybe in their 40s or something, or
This
with
is like
or
their
something.
last chance.
Exactly.
Or,
and they lost
you know,
their eggs.
people freeze their eggs before they have cancer, before they have, you know, so that could have been, like, they don't have a chance after chemo anymore to have their eggs. Yeah.
It made me so mad, and even that exchange with her and the nurse, I was like, are you like... I felt like it was only about her eggs. I'm like, you just listed a large number.
Because all she was going to do was donate them to someone else, right? And she already got paid for it, which, I mean, that's what I was concerned about for her specifically.
Right.
Because, I mean, yeah, she went through all this trouble, but as long as she gets paid, I feel like it was worth it. I mean, yeah, she wanted to help somebody, but they got pregnant on their own, so, like, they don't need her specifically, which it would have been nice, but hers is not that. She has more eggs.
Right.
But other people might not.
And I kept thinking, like, in a situation like that, those people can sue, can't they? Like,
for sure.
100%.
Yeah. Like, you may have backups and backups and backups. These are these people one chance of, like, having a child.
And backups like that, if you think about it, part of your backup should be keeping, like, 3 separate freezers or something in 3 separate locations. That should be part of your backup. Not like, oh, let's keep your only donation all together.
It's just kind of heartbreaking to think about. And also, I feel like in a lot of ways, it changes with in the first 6 seasons, kind of, we felt like it was purely focused on the girls. Like, it wasn't really about harming anybody else but these girls. And this kind of changes the game when we look at A 2.0, whatever you want to call it. Now you're starting to harm, like, the community at large. It's hurting the girls with anybody, like, anyone could be hurt in the wake.
Right.
Yeah.
And that really, I think, makes it even more malicious and awful.
Yeah, I completely agree.
But what do you think about Emily? Do you think she's gonna find these eggs? Like, what is she after now? Like,
I don't know, and I don't even
I mean,
care.
I think the eggs are probably gone.
Yeah, I think they're gone. It's done. She's gonna have to move on and deal with other things.
And if she goes after it, then she becomes a selfish character. So I don't really want her to.
I want her to go after it and, like, crusade in a lot of ways for everyone, not just her.
That would be fine.
That would be nice. Or if she, like, found some of those people and went to their homes, or, like, that would be something sweet and nice that I would dig. But if it's just gonna be her, like, having vengeance on A because she lost her eggs, then stupid, don't go there.
Yeah, and I want this storyline to, I feel like with the eggs, I want it to go somewhere. Like, we knew that the eggs were gonna get stolen, like, that was clear from last week's episode. I'm ready for this storyline to jump forward a bit. Like, I don't know how exactly, whether that means her crusading for something, or I just want it to move forward. I feel like we're kind of stuck with her storyline, and that really bothers me.
I think next episode we'll probably get some more information on her and what she's going to be dealing with next, because obviously she's going to have to deal with something next.
Yeah.
There's always something next.
Yeah, I mean, that is the Pretty Little Liars way, for sure.
Yeah.
I felt like separately, Hannah was super mean to Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
This episode.
For
I was
sure.
like, why are you being such a jerk? He's so nice. He's so helpful.
He was so
He
helpful.
bought this romantic, tacky little
loved
hotel
that.
room.
So cute.
So cute, and he was
totally
like
was
so
trying.
great, and she was being like not nice.
It made me want a tacky hotel room so badly.
I know.
Like, why?
She doesn't deserve Jordan.
No.
I deserve Jordan.
Calm down.
Well,
We can arrange it.
I just felt like, that it was, I couldn't figure out what had changed in their relationship that made her want to act this way, because in the previous week she seemed grateful and like, not, I don't know, grateful.
She said she was the happiest girl in the world, or she looked luckiest girl in the world.
I have a feeling it has a little bit to do with Caleb.
You think?
Yeah. Because then she went and had a drink with him and like...
Yeah.
And then had her flashback about him.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's just like lingering in her mind.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's tough to deal with someone moving on, I guess. But
yeah.
It was one of those moments though that I just wanted a little bit more of like maybe it was like that she, as weird as it is, like had a dream about Caleb and then she wakes up and she's angry. Like I wanted a little clearer connection there. Like I agree that kind of somewhere it must be about Caleb or that Spencer betrayed her, because that's obviously a huge betrayal as well.
Right.
Yeah. I think Jordan and Hannah are doomed to fail, so just...
Debbie Downer.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm trying so hard with this new season to not be, but like, just like sometimes you gotta call it like you see it. So, like, Liam is in the building. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, well, I feel like that might be a good place to transition then. And go to, of course, Liam comes to visit Arya. And we see that their relationship is an interesting one because he knows what's going on with her helping out Ezra with the book.
Oh, I loved that.
Yeah.
he knows her well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like was not afraid to kind of like lay down the law and call her out on it, which I really dug.
I'm glad that she just told the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's so Arya-like to lie about that, and then it was going to lie after lie and kind of spiral out. And I was like actually legit shocked that she was like, like, was I the only one that was shocked that she actually told the truth?
I was too, that she was honest, I thought she would be, at least play, oh, no, a little bit, but no, she was just like, you're right.
She had to be, though. He, like, totally caught her in a very obvious lie. Like, with the whole, like, straw hat thing, she was like, wait, you were there for that. Awesome. Really great. Nobody else saw that. Great.
I think that what surprised me about it was the way that they had him like find out about it. It was that he recognized it in her writing.
Right.
That he was able to identify, this had happened to you. I recognize kind of the way you write, your style. Rather than, I felt like it was going to be revealed to him in more of a way of like, oh, could she still care about Ezra and that's why she's doing it? Like, I feel like we haven't gotten there yet. Like, what's the reason behind
He
her?
doesn't even seem suspicious.
He doesn't even seem suspicious. That's the thing is she's made this very clear that their relationship was her high school teacher.
Right.
Nowhere did he ever assume that there was a relationship there, because
that's not something you assume either.
You don't assume you're having a relationship with your high school teacher. So I think for Liam, he's not even thinking about that.
But I don't know that he's not, because he ended that whole questioning with his last question being, but why are you doing it? So I think that there is something that he knows, either between their relationship or personal gain for Arya, but like he knows there's a catch.
That's probably what he's doing more, is like personal gain for her, because it looks bad on her if Ezra doesn't come through on his book.
That's what I'm thinking.
So it's kind of like save her job. But, I mean, she didn't do it for that reason.
Right. She did it for a whole nother reason, but I think if she were to tell Liam she's doing it to save her job and to save...
Totally believable.
Totally believable. 100%. She wants to look like the hero.
I agree with you that I think that's the story that she would tell. That makes the most sense. But I think ultimately the way that this storyline is going to explode in Liam's face, like, the fact of the matter is that I don't think she's doing it for that reason. I don't think she's doing it for her job. I think she's doing it because she maybe it's not even love anymore, but cares about Ezra in some way, and maybe it can lead back to love. That's all I want.
They're still in love.
Yeah.
I love them both, but I want to keep Liam on the show as well. Sorry, my ear hurts.
We'll just add you to the show.
Yeah.
And then
you and Liam can get together.
You'll be like you can be like Charlotte's, you could be Bethany grown up.
Please, they would never bring this hater on that show. That would never happen. No, but I'm really interested actually now to find out what Ezra's 3 trappers are and how she responds to that. You know what I mean? Because the look on her face was like, do I tell him now? Like, does that mean...
Yeah.
Because they already have my chapters. So do I retract that statement and be like, oh, he changed his mind?
Yeah.
Or do I explain it to him? Or...
Yeah, that's
Both. You would do both.
How is she gonna get out of that? Though?
Yeah.
That, because are you going to be like, oh, I rewrote it and it sounds completely different?
Yeah, because her boss could say, well, no, I like the first part better.
Right.
We're gonna stick with that.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like she's really, I mean, you knew it as soon as she started rewriting these chapters, but the risk is very high at this point.
Yeah.
But I'm so interested because wasn't the book originally when she started to read it, everybody or Emily or whoever it was that was reading it with her was like, this is absolutely about you.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what his next 3 chapters are to start the second half of it being about Arya, like where he saw their relationship going still.
Mm-hmm. I would also take a live reading of this book as part of an episode. I'm just saying.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're gonna need one of those coffee shop reading signing things going on.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Invite us to Rosewood.
I have a lot of ideas for Pretty Little Liars tonight. It's good. So let's talk about what else do we have left tonight? Let's see.
News.
Yeah, we have some news and gossip. Want to do some news and gossip?
Yeah, let's do it.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
I love your enthusiasm.
You were like on one tonight.
I've had a lot of coffee and I'm really tired.
Feeling good. It's a Tuesday. So let's talk about this. Vanity Fair did the most fun thing with the Pretty Little Liars cast. It's called Pretty Lie Detector Test. Sorry, guys. And it's all the cast together, and they're grilling each other about everything from who's the biggest flirt to the smartest cast member, and it's all while using a polygraph test.
Oh,
yes.
So it's amazing. You have to check out the video. I will post it later on tonight on my Twitter page, so definitely check that out. I think you girls probably will do the same.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. And then Joseph Doherty, who's an EP, executive producer for the show, tells The Wrap that that the ladder that they find down in Sarah Harvey's hotel room, it will lead to more secrets, more explanations, more information about the show. He also says it's about to get dark.
Oh, we like when it gets dark.
Yeah, you know what? I thought it was strange because they all said, oh, it's so much darker. And I feel like it hasn't been yet. So that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then he's also talking about kind of whether people are on the ship with Caleb and
Spencer.
Yes. So I feel like our show, we're very into this.
Yeah.
I'm very on this shit.
I'm very on
Yeah,
it.
me too. I like it.
But I feel like all fans...
I just really like Caleb.
Yeah.
There you go. But all fans must not be, because he talks about that we like that people watch the show, and it's not our intention to make them really unhappy. So it's going to be interesting to see if this relationship sticks around. And with that, I kind of want to know out there, are you liking this relationship? Are you thinking, meh? Or do you want it to be a forever lasting love?
Well, if you go on the show and you date Liam, I could break up Spencer and Caleb.
There you go. Guys, we can insert our panel
All right.
into this whole situation.
Freeform, listen up.
But tweet us using ABTV PLL, and that's a fun question to think about. Are you a fan of Spencer and Caleb's? And also just let us know your thoughts about the show in general. We love hearing from you. Also, murder weapons, what's next?
What else is hollow?
Also, if you guys find a Pretty Little Liars version of Clue, tweet us where you found it.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if they did end up ending like one of the mid-seasons or something with a Clue thing with all the different weapons, and the girls have to show up each with a weapon, like it shows up in a box and they each...
Yes.
Oh my god, please.
Hannah
please
in the
do this for
dollhouse
me.
with a hollow rod.
With the luggage carrier.
It would make me so happy.
I mean, I feel like we're really aiming for some Clue right now.
Seriously, give me a whodunit. That's all I wanted.
All right, with that, I think that might be the perfect transition into predictions.
Great.
We have lots of predictions on the chat today.
Yes. Let's get into those first.
Predictions.
All right.
Or do you want to?
Anne wants Ren to get in between Caleb and Spencer. Price Wright thinks Noel Kahn killed Charlotte. Allie is going to kill Emily. And Melissa and Toby are lesbians. Toby's a man, so.
I'm really confused by that.
You could tweet us, Price. Just clarify that a little bit. Sarah thinks Charlotte will be brought back to life and they will find her in the dollhouse. So some sci-fi action. Let's see. Julie thinks Hannah and Jordan are going to be done before the end of the season.
Yeah.
Allie's getting married, which I think that we do know. Allie gets married to Dr. Rollins, which seems weird after tonight.
So
we
weird.
didn't really talk about them, Allie, but that was
So
short.
weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Spencer's mom's cancer will be released, ruining the campaign. Then Spencer and her relationship. Ooh.
Hey.
Interesting.
Interesting. Good
My-
predictions, guys.
My prediction / hope, I think, will be that at the wedding, Arya mentions that her parents are getting remarried. And I'm hoping for the thing I've wanted all season, which is essentially dinner or like all of them together in the same space.
We're all
Yep.
rooting for dinner.
Yeah, like I just really want them all together because I think we've seen kind of bits of the drama all separately. And I think if you bring everyone together, that's gonna be super dramatic, especially at a wedding. I'm liking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be a really interesting. Will the marriage happen? You never know.
I think this is a good one. Michael Peluzzo predicts that Israel will get back together, Dr. Rollins killed Charlotte, and Hannah and Spencer will have a fallout, and Liam and Arya will break up. I like those predictions.
I like those predictions. Except for the fallout. I don't
Except
want
for
them.
the
But yeah, the
Liam one.
fallout. Well, we want Ezria.
Yeah, but I would like Liam to stay on the show.
Liam will get with someone else and be on the show still.
Yeah.
Any other big predictions, girls?
I don't think that Arya will tell Ezra. You actually said something about them like choosing which version was better. I think that her publisher will contact Ezra herself saying that she likes the original pages he sent, and he'll be like, what pages?
Yeah.
And then have to ask Arya about it, and then they'll have to have a conversation about their relationship because
then they'll
clearly
make out.
she had one interpretation. Probably,
Yeah.
but Liam's going to stay on the show.
Well, then she'll be like this whole like choose thing, and then she'll maybe choose to date both. I don't know.
Yeah, let's have an open relationship on the show, please.
Well, we don't have one yet.
Yeah, right?
No.
It'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. Also, there's so many like triangles within all of this.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
fun.
Emily can date Liam.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, also another thing, which maybe I heard wrong in the episode, so you guys can clarify for me, but if so, it's a part of my prediction. Didn't they mention with... what's her face came back, the detective who we all love.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Roma Mafia.
We love her.
Roma, so awesome. Really stoked that she's back. Sorry, I couldn't brain farted on the name. But didn't she mention when she was describing Allie, the death, whatever? I'm like seriously having a moment here right now. Charlotte's death. That she was also strangled. So that can throw up the option.
Struggled.
Yeah,
said.
she struggled. She had spinal...
Dang it.
Yeah.
I was really hoping that I heard strangled because then that could throw up the possibility of two people killing her.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you never know with this A 2.0. It appears to be possibly more than one.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like, because at the end of the episode, you see them unplugging what I assume to be the refrigerator at the egg donation center. I don't know. But doing something with electronics and unplugging or what have you, and it made me think there was more than one of them, and I'm not sure why
Really?
I thought that. That was just like a passing thought that I had, so I don't know.
Just a couple shout outs. One to Go Kai Green on the live chat. one to Corian Jackson Video, and the other to Sheena123. Thanks for being on the chat today.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
We
Make
love
sure you
hearing from
guys tweet us your photos too watching the show so we can show everybody.
Yes.
That's our favorite thing to do. We want to see you watching our show.
Yeah.
Send us some selfies. Super
Dustin
fun.
Bradley always does, and we don't give you enough shout outs for it. So
Dustin.
thank you so much.
You guys are the
Thanks.
best. Keep tweeting at us. Keep sending your pictures. And thank you so much for watching and hanging out with us. You can find AfterBuzz at AfterBuzz TV, and you can find me at Stephanie Wenger.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Kristin_Strange.
Y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter at @TheHotShotDude.
And you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Heather Joy Smith.
See you all next week. Bye.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.